Hello there. This is another Cordle's Contemplation. Last night at our Wednesday night Bible study, we were discussing, actually studying in the book of Proverbs, and we had a little segue into Luke chapter 12, where Jesus talked about the parable of the rich fool. And beginning in verse 13, a young man comes to him and says, "Hey, teacher, tell my brother to share the inheritance with me." And Jesus said, "Well, who made me a judge or an arbitrator over you?" And then he goes in to talk about the rich fool as one who had great crops, great abundance, and then said, I think I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to tear down these barns. I'm going to build bigger barns and have much more room to store my crops, and I'm going to eat, drink, and be merry. But God said to him, "You fool, this night your soul will be required of you. And then whose things will be all these things that you have provided?" And Jesus ended that by saying, "So is he who lays up treasure for himself, but is not rich toward God." And then beginning in verse 22 of Luke 12, he goes into a talk about not worrying about your life and your clothes and things like that, because God feeds the birds of the air. He takes care of the lilies of the field. So don't you think he's going to take care of you, because you are much more valuable than a bird or grass in the field? A couple of things about this rich man. Remember, he was never condemned for being wealthy. He was never condemned for hard work. His mistakes were, number one, arrogance. Hey, I did all this. I stored up these crops. I am going to build bigger. It was all I, me. Second thing is that he forgot God. His priorities were out of line. So even if you are wealthy, even if you have a lot, you have to remember, where does it come from? Ultimately, it comes from God. That's number one. Number two, remember, you can't take it with you. There's a story that when John D. Rockefeller died, somebody asked, "Well, how much did the old man leave behind?" And you know what the answer was? All of it. You can't take it with you. You're going to have to leave it to someone. So remember, what ultimately matters, as Solomon said in Ecclesiastes, the whole duty of man is to fear God and to keep his commandments. So stop and think for a minute. Do I have the right priorities in my life? Do I really think about what's important? God, family, friends? Or am I just all about me, I, and making money? Love to hear from you. If you have any thoughts or comments on this, you can put some in the comment section below, or you can email me at 2timothy4.2.3@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.